but then you march in the world in harmony with that drumbeat. Do not worry if you are out of step with others. March to your own drumbeat. Don't worry. And you know, if you accept this definition of education, you will understand that it has very little to do with formal institutions of education or instruction. अच्छा है, डिग्री आती है, मेडल्स मिलते हैं, ख्याति प्राप्त करते हैं, बुरा नहीं है, पर वो हो न हो, आप प्रशिक्षित उससे नहीं कहलाएंगे। प्रशिक्षित तो तब होंगे जब आप अंतरात्मा की आवाज को पकड़ लेंगे। And whenever I look at the great people that I have admired in my life, very few of them, I believe, have had the sort of formal education that we revere so much in the modern world. I do not know to which university Bhagwan Buddha went. I have no idea. I don't believe he went to any university. I know of no degree, B.Tech, M.Tech or doctorate that he had. But if you believe he was not an educated person, then I don't believe that you should believe anything. Then I believe that you shouldn't believe anything. You know, Michael Faraday, one of the greatest scientists the world will ever know, did not study formally beyond the second grade. He had no formal education, entirely self-taught. But you know, very early in life, he understood this drumbeat within. And he caught hold of it and he marched in the world regardless of what the world had to say. He just kept at it. It's your dharma. That's what Gandhi said. That which you believe in, that inner belief, that core of your being, if you catch hold of that, that's your religion. There is no other definition of religion. That which binds you, jo bandhta hai. And that's your religion. And Gandhi said that for an atheist, it's his atheism that's his religion, and it will take him to his God. So remember this. You must find that dharma within, and that religion, if you adhere to it with complete devotion, it will deliver you to your God, that which you believe in. That's your God. And it will take you there. If you are faithful to it, it will be faithful to you. But when you are on this journey, then you must be very, very careful. You have to look for features. When a yogi evolves, जब एक योगी का विकास होता है तो उसे कुछ सिद्धियां प्राप्त होती हैं. But you know, a true yogi does not allow himself or herself to be distracted by them. He keeps evolving and goes beyond them. He transcends them. You must be cautious and careful that when you evolve in this journey, you must look for certain features and you must test yourself constantly. The price of trying to be educated, trying to evolve, is eternal vigilance and discipline. So you must look for them. You know, your God will never come to you if you have vanity. If you paid attention to Vaishnava Jan, what does he say? You must discharge all your pride. जब मैं था तब हरि नाही, अब हरि है जब मैं नहीं. You have to make room. Pride must leave. Then your God will come to you. Whatever it is that you believe in. So let that happen. This is just a springboard. This is not completing or even doing a little bit about your education. Your real journey starts now. The real test is now, not the exams that you took. So you look for that. If you are vain, you've already fallen by the wayside. That's what Narsingh Mehta said. That's what Kabir said. Neither Narsingh Mehta went to a university, neither did Kabir. I'm not trying to get you to demoralize yourselves. Institutions are important. You are in a great place. You have great young faculty. And it is important. But don't overrate its value. You know what Mark Twain said that he did not allow his schooling, his formal schooling, to interfere with his education. Remember that. Darwin said that he learnt more in the pubs of Cambridge than he did in the classrooms. Bertrand Russell said that everything that Cambridge had taught him, he had to unlearn before he really became what he became. So there is value here. Use that, but use that wisely only to set up yourselves for a beginning. Be anchored to your own belief. Have a dream in your heart. And let that dream endure. Each one of you must have a dream that endures. And bind that dream to a cause that will inspire you. As you set forth on this journey, if you get rid of your vanity, you will get closer and closer to the cause. But there are other things you must keep in mind. Pankaj and Kiran both mentioned them. They mentioned them in so many words, and I can only do no better than just repeat what they said. You must have integrity. You must have a discipline, a certain adherence to values that come from that inner drumbeat. If you do that, I'm telling you, you will achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. Remember Mirabai. Mirabai had no education. But she had this complete adherence and surrender to that in which she believed, Giridhara Nagar. And to the exclusion of everything else, she dedicated herself to that dream and her cause. Meera ke Prabhu Giridhara Nagar dujha na koe. Nothing else will matter to me. I will completely dedicate myself. And when she did that, then she became immortal because there was this discipline, there was this integrity, there was this complete surrender, no vanity. And that's what you should look out for. You must understand that to the inner, very core of your being. This is the time now to take measure of what is being given you. It's called a Dikshanta Samaroh. You know, in the Mahabharata, during the battle, after Abhimanyu was slain and Arjun returned late evening, and he learned that his son had been slain through treachery, he took a vow that he would either slay Jayadratha the next day or immolate himself. And naturally, this was Arjun, the foremost warrior of his time. And obviously, Jayadratha was worried, terribly worried. So that night, he went to his guru, Dronacharya, and he asked him, "Tell me, Guru, you taught Arjun and I both. Be honest and frank and tell me who will prevail tomorrow in the battle." And do you know what Drona said? He said that I taught you equally. I made no distinction. I gave you as much as I gave Arjun. But in the battle tomorrow, Arjun will prevail. Because Arjun adheres to two things: discipline and truth. Arjun dharma ke marg pe hai. इसलिए कल अर्जुन की विजय होगी. Remember that lesson. This discipline and adherence to your dharma. And it will take you through. Look at anybody's life. We are mathematicians, we believe in illustrating through examples. Look at anybody's life. If you look at the life of Sunil Gavaskar, throughout his early years in school, he knew he wanted to be not just a cricketer, a batsman. Each day he would practice 6 to 8 hours from the 5th or 6th grade onwards. And to the exclusion of everything else. Tendulkar did the same. I know it from the most reliable sources that from the first day when Amitabh Bachchan turned out for his acting in films, at studios. Till today, he is the first person to arrive at the studio. First, even before the security men reach there, he reaches there. Consistently. Not only that, I'm told again by his colleagues who have acted with him that he rehearses a script before each scene 100 times. That's when you see that ease on the screen. Remember, there is great discipline and he believes in acting. I asked him once that when you set out from Mumbai, did you really think you'll become a leading man? He said, no, I had no idea. He said, I only wanted to do one thing, act. I never thought I'll become a leading man. He said, I just attached myself to acting. He gave up a successful career in the corporate world and he went to Mumbai and he said, I never imagined I'll become a leading man. I just wanted to act. But because of this great adherence to that inner belief, he rose. That's the story I want to tell you. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers the world will ever know. In his early years, I have read what his gym manager said, the gym where Muhammad Ali used to practice. He said he was the first to arrive every day and the last to leave. That's how much he practiced. That's how he became Muhammad Ali. So remember this, have a cause, a dream, adhere to that, and have no vanity. Leave that aside. And put that discipline into you, into your efforts. And success will be yours. But remember this, there will be other things a yogi must ask and be alert about. Again, Kiran and Pankaj both mentioned them. It's very important for you to remember this. As you evolve, you will be conscious of how much you are indebted to the world around you, to your family, your parents, to your teachers, to the institution that you went to, and to society at large. Do not ever think that you've done this on your own. Never. Ask this question, and if you have this feeling you have done it, then you haven't evolved. You still need a long way to go. You still have a long way to go. So be alert. Always be alert. Then you will understand that you are indebted and you have to discharge your debts to society. Remember, one of the greatest scientists we have ever known, Isaac Newton. There were two things about him that pleased me enormously besides all his great scientific achievements. His humility. People say many disparaging things about him. But at the end of his life, one of his greatest, what does he say? He says, I do not know how I will appear to the world. But to myself, I appear like a small boy, playing on the seashore, diverting his mind by looking at a smoother pebble here or a finer shell there, while the vast ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. Here is the master telling us कि मैंने कुछ नहीं किया है, true humility. And this indebtedness, what does he say? He says, if I have been able to see farther than others, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants. He knows he's indebted. He knows fully well. And that is why he acknowledges this. So remember this. And then will come the other test, this business of discharging your debts to society. Srinivas Ramanujan, one of the greatest mathematicians again the world will know. He really had no university education. I'm telling you, no formal degrees. Mahatma Gandhi, by the way, had no university degree, nothing. People believe he took a university degree in law. There's nothing like that. It's not a university thing. And you weren't really required to attend any classes, nothing. You had to spend 3 years in London, attend 3 annual dinners where you had to have wine and bread, and sit for exams where you could do nothing and yet pass, and you'd be qualified to practice at the bar. That's all was required. But Gandhi being Gandhi, he studied Latin as was prescribed in the syllabus, understood it well, studied all the books, attended all the dinners, but would not drink the wine. And he became Gandhi because of this adherence to the inner belief about his truth, discipline, humility. And so did Ramanujan. No education.